watch this video. Today I am going to be showing you how to put together this little slide box that I designed in Cricut Design Space. I will also be going in and creating an SVG file for those of you that do not use Cricut Design Space or have other machines. So this is the box I'm going to be showing you how to put together, and it's pretty much the same on both sides. And then this little piece of ribbon up top is optional, but it helps lift the box. And then you have your little box on the inside. I'm going to be using these for, I'm going to make some note card sets to give out to family, and I'll be putting them inside of these little boxes. So we will get started. This one I'm doing in a black and white theme. I've already cut out all of my pieces, and instead of using images from Design Space, I decided to stamp and then emboss, heat emboss on these. I just use the Versamark ink and then the clear embossing powder. It kind of just gives the stamped image a little bit of a gloss. And I did the same thing for the little medallions I'll be putting on the front. The only difference is I used a silver embossing powder on those. Alright, so we are going to start with, let's see, we'll start putting the box together, but you have your wrapper and then the band and then the two box pieces. So we will start with one of these, and you're just gonna go along all your score lines and make your folds and then crease them with a bone folder, or whatever you use to make your creases. And this is the boring part, all of the folding. But it's especially important when you're making any sort of box that you do crease those fold lines. So I always make sure to remember to do that. It just makes your box square up a little bit better. Alright, and then you're going to go and do the same thing along your bottom. Just fold all of those in, and then you're going to crease them. Alright, now on this one, pretty simple box design. You're just going to fold everything in, and then it's going to join on the side. So what I do is add my adhesive to the very edge of my larger fold here, or you could attach it to the front side of your smaller fold on the end, but I do it on this side because I have a little more room to work here. And then you just run it there. And then you're also going to add your adhesive onto one of the bottom folds. It doesn't really matter which one. So I'm going to put it on this one. And if it's easier for you to fold your box over and then go back and add your adhesive to the bottom, that works too. But you're going to put, what I do is I take this tab and fold it up, and then these two smaller tabs I put to the outside of those, to the outside of that fold. Then I bring it in, and I struggle with boxes. You just want to line up your edge there, and you want to get it as perfect as possible, because like I say, these are boxes. Plus with this one you're going to have one that's going to be sliding over the other, so you want it to be pretty straight. Alright, and then you're just going to tuck those tabs and bring that tab over that you have your adhesive on. Alright, and then you want to try to take something that'll fit down in there and just press that seam really well in there. Alright, and then the same thing at the bottom. Actually, I'll use the flat side. It's about the perfect size. And then just run it down there and make sure your glue is sticking. Alright, that's one piece of the box. Same thing, this is an identical piece, just a little bit smaller. So, same thing, you're just going to fold and crease. Alright, same thing on this one. You're going to put glue on the very edge of the largest tab. And then on one of the tabs that are going to fold up. Alright, same thing. I fold this up, bring my tabs to the outside, and then just bring it together. And try to get it lined up pretty good. I'm a little bit off on that one, so we'll see how well this slides over. Alright, and then fold your tabs in and your flap over. Alright, make sure those stick down. Alright, now that is pretty much it for the box itself. Alright, and then as you can see, they will slide right onto each other. Alright, now we do our wrapper. Go ahead and fold and crease that. Alright, now, this is the optional part, like I said, your ribbon. I like it. It adds an extra touch to your box, but if you're going to use a ribbon, you want to put it on before you do your wrapper, and I just eyeball it to center it up. And let's see, my ribbon that I use is about 4 1/4 inches. You can go longer or shorter, personal preference. Alright, and what I do here is just add a little bit of adhesive to each end of the ribbon, because your wrapper is going to go over it and help hold it in place a little bit better. Alright, so like I say, you just kind of eyeball to the center of your box. And then and then for your wrapper, you're just going to take your adhesive, and I'd go all the way down on the inside on each side. And then you have one fold that is a little bit wider than the other. This will be the fold that you want to come to the outside, so add some more adhesive on the short for that one. And then you're just going to take it, and you can place this however you want. I like having it at the very top of the box, so that's what I'm going to do. Alright. And then score perfectly, so I'm going to do it this way. Alright, now let's see if this is actually going to work or not. Still going off. I got something that didn't fold perfectly straight. That's okay. Alright, and then you're going to take your longer tab and go over. Alright, and depending on how you do your folds, I use a scoreboard after I have my Cricut score, and the scoreboard actually makes a thicker score line, so your folds don't always end up exactly the same as even the one you did previously. It depends on, it makes the score line thick enough so that you can actually fold on one or the other side of it, and if you don't do the exact same on every fold, your sizes get a little off. So I've got a little extra overhang here, and what I'm going to do there is I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm just going to trim that off. And I will actually make another one of these after the video to see if maybe I need to go into the file and shorten that wrapper up just a tad, or if it was in fact just where I folded on the opposite side of the score line. Alright, so we've got our wrapper put on, and then the next is the band. On this, you can either choose to make it to where it will slip on and off or permanently affix it. I like mine having I like to do mine so it's permanent, because I mean there's really no reason for it to be what they call a belly band, because your box, you know, it's going to be attached to the lid part and there's no reason for it to slide on and off. So I'm going to glue mine down. And you're just going to do your folds and your creasing. Same thing on this one. Adhesive all the way down on top and bottom. And I'm going all out of view on this video, and I apologize. Alright, and then the same thing here. You have one of the tabs on the end that's just a little bit wider, so that's going to be the one you want to be your fold over. Alright, and same thing here. This, place it wherever you want. I like to have mine about 3/4 from the top, so I place it to where it's just a little over about 1/2 inch from the bottom of that white wrapper, and then you're just gonna stick it in place and then figure out which I want on top. Okay, there's my long one. And line up and push down. Alright, and there is our band in place. And you just want to go around and push down that adhesive. Alright, another optional step is, you can see on this one I wrapped ribbon around that band as well, and I'm going to do the same thing on this. I'll probably fast forward through this part on the video so you don't have to sit here and watch. But I start, since I'm going to be putting these little medallions in the middle here, I start my ribbon in the middle on either the front or the back, and I take my tape runner and just run a strip straight down the ribbon, right in the middle. you're gonna eyeball the middle of that band and pray for the best. That's what I do anyway. And wow, I didn't start that in the center there, so start over. Good day. All right. There we go. Maybe. Yeah, that's a little better. All right. And then you're just gonna wrap around. And stick it down as you go. And then pray you meet back up in the middle. Hey, I did good. All right. And then just take your scissors and snip it off. And what I do is I take my liquid adhesive. I use the art glitter glue, and I put a little bit, if I can lift the ribbon, up under where my ribbon meets there. And then I got some fraying happening here. Snip that off. All right, and then last step is your little medallions, and I'm going to put those on some foam squares to raise them up. Just stick that right in the middle, and then there's that one, and then the same thing for the one on the back. I mean, these, you can dress these up as little or as much as you want. It's all personal preference. I actually wanted to do use these same flower stamps and stamp a single one onto the inside box and do a heat embossing with silver on that for both sides. And I forgot to do that, of course, but that be really cute, adds up, you know, dress up the inside of the box just as much as you do the outside. And there you have it. That is the finished box. And like I said, I'm going to make a set of little note cards and envelopes that I'll put inside, and these will make great little gifts. But do whatever you want with them. I mean, it even, you know, a little gift box could be used for a lot of different things. Just probably nothing too heavy, because, you know, it's a slide box. It's going to slide out if you have too much weight on that inside box. But anyway, I will put the link in the description to the blog post where I will be sharing the file.